Okay. Maker's Corner here again. Yep, found two more issues in the SD card implementation. I think I can go through them now. Decided to buy another license for a, what do they call it? They call it premium license for XSplit Broadcaster, or actually it's for the whole package. It's a perpetual license, so I get access to XSplit Broadcaster and XSplit Gamer, the software that's more orientated towards gaming and and all functionalities there. I don't know what they mean by perpetual. I mean, if the system if the software is maintained for like 5 years, then I think that would be just fine for me. It wasn't exactly cheap, but I suppose any kind of software of this size will be around $200 anyway. And I've already set up my scenes and stuff in it. I'm not guaranteeing that XSplit. I'm not saying that XSplit is the best software to use, but it works for me. Okay, back to the more technical stuff. So this is the experiment, and I have the SD card installed and working, and it's storing. Let's see now if I go to here. So it's storing the experiments on the fly. So this text that's in the serial monitor here ends up in an SD card file. But I did run into two issues which were very strange. Number one is the digital pin 10 is basically reserved. It's the default chip select pin for the SPI communication. And this is deep rooted in the software in the library layer. So it's a bit sad because I was using I had my the end of the heat rod temperature sensor on digital pin 10. But anyway, here we see, so it's embedded quite deeply in the SD card subsystem. So it's basically SS pin through various assignments gets a default value of 10, and then here it uses this block here, which actually screws up because it uses pin mode against the SS pin to output, and then it writes it high. And the thing is, I'm not sure in what sequence this gets run, but presumably this gets run every time you do something with it. So I wasn't able to like override the usage of this. Yeah, because the pin needs to be input, so I tried to override it, like after each call to the SD card reader, but it just turned into a horrible mess. And the thing is to untangle this low-level code. I mean, it doesn't do anything with the pin 10. I mean, because there's nothing connected to it, because you can actually, on the higher level, you say what pin is the I call it module select, because on the SPI bus you can have more than one module. So in this case, I tell it to use pin 4 to activate the SD card. But still, it has this kind of strange concept that the number 10 is some kind of a default chip select pin for the SPI bus. But it's not used for anything. So I don't know why it has hard-coded code in the utility libraries to actually mess with it. Makes no sense. But anyway, this is again, like dealing with microcontroller code and Arduino. Oh, yeah. I have my son calling me, so I'm gonna have to pause this for a while. So back again. I think it's working. Sorry, this is. Yeah. Anyway, so I gave up and I moved the temperature sensor to pin 9 instead. So here in my configurations, it was quite easy. I just changed 10 to 9. And then I had to resolder it on the proto board. But anyway, that's life. Yeah, and then there's another thing that I guessed, but I have not investigated why this happened. I mean, I have a very simple block. It opens the file when the Arduino system initializes itself, and basically there's a block that writes the values, and this is the really strange thing. The first print gets lost. Okay, so I had this as my first print, and the first print never gets processed into the file on the SD card. Now, don't ask me why. I've tried a few tricks. I've tried to reorder things and figure it out, but I couldn't figure it out. So what I did is I did the ultimate hack, is that I put a dummy print statement here. So basically it just prints a space, and then I flush the buffer. And this never ends up in the file, but it doesn't crash or anything. And then this repeats for every line, so this is the beginning of each line. So if we have a look here, so as you see, there's no. This is not the file, but if you would open the file, then you see there would be no space here. It would directly start like that, which is like it's supposed to. But anyway, I just a mystery to me why this happens. I don't know. But I mean, the thing is that it's otherwise now. I mean, I've been changing. I have these 3 different SD cards. I've been changing between them. I've been starting with the file being deleted. I've started with restarted the measurement logic with an existing file, and everything works and everything is very stable, and it never screws up the. Did I explain that? No, maybe this is also a third item that I did. I had to add for me to get this stable. I had to. I added a flush statement after each print block, basically, because I was getting scenarios where it was losing data, what would be an example, this text could be missing suddenly in one of the rows, and then it could be missing, like this could be missing down here. So, but when I put this structure where I print flush, print flush, print flush, and then I also put in a 0.1 second delay. I don't know if that actually has any difference, but then it's a rock solid stable, at least, because I don't need really fast data recording. So I think that this solution would be garbage for anybody who needs to register a lot of values very fast. But then I suppose I wouldn't be using an Arduino Uno anyways. Yeah. So that was pin 10 can't be used. What was it? I had to add this phantom print statement at the beginning, and then I was using this flush. Is there anything else? No, and then it seems to work with all SD cards. The old one, the medium age SD card, and the big new one. All of them work. Plus the card info works. So if I run the separate sketch for card info, that works every time. There's I haven't noticed that it breaks down anywhere. Now, so now I have to actually think if I'm going to test the as I said, I can't really use the networking module. I don't think, because I think I'll run on a hard limit of memory. It might work, but it's really on the limit. Yeah, it's because of the size of my sketch. Of course, you can buy a hat. You can buy a hat for Arduino Uno, which has the SD card and the network adapter, network module. But then, of course, then you need to compensate with having your script small. And I have just added functionality to the sketch that I haven't reduced it. So we'll see. So, yeah, and as I said, I have ordered different things, so there's more stuff coming. So I have a few more Arduino Mega chips coming, and then I have some prototype kits coming in. So we'll see. I will think if it's gonna be. Would be kind of cool to test out the network module, but maybe I'll have to do it in some other context, because this experiment is what it is. Maybe I should actually move on to processing the data instead, like I discussed before. Okay, but that was a quick update for now. And just check the audio on this and upload it if it works, and see everybody